Hello. So 3DS is by default is a region-locked handheld gaming console, and the English version of 3DS is not able to play a, Japanese cartridge, right? And many of us know that after modification, we actually can make the 3DS region free so that it will work, right? However, if the language of this game is Japanese only, once you have opened that game up, it's still going to be everything in Japanese. However, right, today I'm going to show that we can kind of mod the game so that it is showing a different language, right? In this example, I'm going to show a random Japanese 3DS game, Japanese only. We can see JPN over here on a English 3DS. We can see the system version as 11.17.50 US, right? And then you'll be able to see, of course I don't know Japanese, and then we are able to see the language showing up as Chinese, which is something that I can understand. Of course, if you can only read English, there is a way to run it in English as well, but same principle applies. Alright, so now the device have recognized the cartridge as the Dragon Quest 11, and let me fire it up. Let's give it a few seconds. Alright, coming up, let's skip the intro. It's a very nice intro which I have watched many times, and if you notice the word here, is actually in Chinese already. And to take note, I am not cheating by playing install the digital version of the modified CIA file inside here. No, I'm running from the cartridge, the physical cartridge, right? So if I click on start adventure, and we can see that the save file is actually level 99, 50 hours, 52 hours from the previous Japanese player who purchased that cartridge, and the name of his character is all Japanese, right? So I will just go ahead to load the level. Oh, just 150 hours is 128 hours. Wow, he's pretty hardcore. See? Look at the story until now. Everything is in Chinese. Everything in Chinese. So of course, you can make it English if you like so. Alright, you can see the character, and okay, all Japanese name, all level 99. Yeah, so that is how I've shown that it is possible to do so, and then how it is actually how it's to achieve this, right? Let me briefly explain. I'll take a pen and paper. Alright, so let me try to explain what is going on here. Okay, so we have our 3DS OS, yeah. So then we have the game card, right? So game, and there is only Japanese language inside the game. So most of the time, it's the OS just read the file, yeah. And let me change the pen. Most of the time it will be direct read, so that the language will be just in Japan, right? And then when you modify the 3DS, you'll be able to install a digital version of the game, right? So digigame, right? So that digigame, you no matter how you get that, it will have built-in, will have apply language patch to it, right? So either it's English or it's Chinese, right? Whichever, right? So your OS is reading directly from the digital game file, right? But we do not really like this because first of all, this is illegal, and secondly, if we do this, our game save file, let's say I have played 128 hours of the DQ11, right? It's going to be just somewhere in the SD card, and then it's not so it's quite volatile, I would say. One day the SD card lost or corrupts, I will not have my save file, right? For me, I prefer to have the save in a physical cartridge and in the physical box for me to for safekeeping purpose, right? So then what is happening over here is I get an authentic game cartridge, Japanese cartridge, and in my OS, I have injected a language patch, which is, in my case, is Chinese, but you can put a English as well, language patch, right? Yeah. And then when the OS is reading the game, it will read, let's say, the game graphics, sound, game graphic and sound and language and text, right, txt, in the package and put it in the RAM, right? But since the OS is modified, so it's able to take this text portion and hijack it and replace with the language patch that I have already stored in the OS. Just replace it, right? So that what I see on the screen is indeed a modified version of what's on the game cartridge, right? The majority of the game is still from the cartridge, and then when I play, when I save, right, the save file is still going to be inside the physical cartridge, right? And so eventually this is something that very similar to those people, if you're familiar with the PC game, right? We play something on stream, and then we are applying a mod to say Black Miss Wukong, then we want to replace the Wukong character with some high school girl, right? And then that is the same thing that is happening, exchanging some of the graphics file locally. So that's how it works, and it is pretty easy to do this nowadays. And this video is just to demonstrate this and let people know that it's actually doable, and hopefully it is usable. Yeah, thank you very much.